Hi, this is Bill Huebner, and this training video will address an issue that sometimes causes people a lot of trouble, drives some people crazy, and bothers most everybody at some point in time. What is it that we should write an article about? What should we blog about? What can we cut a video about? Even the best writers get writer's block once in a while. So, how do we come up with topics? Where do we find topics? What I'm going to go through are some suggestions, give you some examples, and perhaps it'll spur you to think of some other things that you might write about, blog about, cut a video about. So let's get started. Our writing articles, creating blogs, cutting videos is in order to drive traffic to our sites. It is one of the best ways to get leads. But we have to remember that we can be broader than just our primary business or some of the other topics that I'm going to discuss in order to drive leads. Lots of people go out to the internet to get information. So if you have something that you can write about, that you can blog about, that you could cut a video about, that may not be really directed towards your business, it still may create interest for someone to take a look at you. So don't hesitate to go out on a limb a little bit. The first topic I'm going to deal with is training. Cutting a video, writing an article, even posting a short blog on something that provides value to others, that gives them a piece of training, provides you with credibility, gives you exposure, and sets you up as an authority. Whether it is a pay-per-click training, something about Twitter or Facebook or using one of the other social network sites, even something as mundane as how to bake the world's best chocolate chip cookie. There's going to be somebody who will find that training valuable. And then when you give them your call to action, you may find yourself with a lead. So training is one of the very best ways for you to create an article or a video. What do you provide training about? Anything that is of interest. When you get something that you have found of value, turn around, put it into your own words, spin it, add something to it, because even when we get training, we always find that there's a little something that we could tweak. So tweak it, turn it around, and put it out there under your name. Now, if you use somebody else as an authority source, give them credit for it, but it still provides the value to your listener. Another very good area is to do product evaluation. If you have purchased a product, downloaded something free, have come across a new app, review it. Tell people why it's good. Tell people how to use it. Tell people the value that it's going to bring to them. That'll drive traffic to you. Your call to action may work very well for you. Do product reviews carefully. If it's something that you have seen but have not tried yourself, you shouldn't try and snow folks. You may get a comment back that'll ask you a question about it, and you really should be able to reply with an answer. Remember, you are an authority source if you are doing a product review. Speaking of reviews, another area to go to is a company review. Whether it's your primary company or another company, you can review it. Tell people what the opportunity is all about. Tell people what they can get from it. Tell them what they may be able to make as far as compensation is concerned. Give people a fair and balanced review. If there's something that causes you a little consternation or that there are some questions, you can put them out there. Make sure that you tell people both sides of the story if there are two sides. Not everything is the greatest thing since sliced bread, but it may be an excellent opportunity. But it may not be for everybody. So if you can identify those targets that are the best people to work with this, give them a heads up on it. But don't try and tell everybody that everything that you're proposing is the best. But give everybody some fair balance. Something else to post or write about or do a video on is a testimonial. Testimonials are wonderful things for people who have done something that has provided value for you. If you have had a mentor or someone who has done some training for you and it has worked out well for you, describe it and give the person credit. Post it on their website, post it on their Facebook page. Let people know about it. And you will get a great deal of positive feedback from that person and perhaps a testimonial about how well you're doing as well, which then you can put onto your pages to show people that you are an authority source as well. Articles, blogs, and videos don't have to be business related. They can be personal. Say, for instance, you have taken a trip to Europe and you stopped in Rome and you visited the Vatican and you have all these wonderful pictures from your trip. Put together a video, put together an article that shows these pictures. Explain why the trip was great. You probably don't want to go into telling people how much it cost, but what you can do is you can give them a lot of information. When someone goes out and does a search on the internet for Rome, Italy, or European trips, you could drive some traffic to your site if you have a article or a post out there regarding that. While we're on the topic of personal things, hobbies or passions that you have may be something that you could post about. Now, myself, I am a real fanatic about flying my radio-controlled model airplanes. And along the way, I have been an instructor and have worked with a lot of people and put together actually an instruction program for the flying club that I belong to. So what I've done is I have written a series of articles. Now, it's actually a work in progress as I have not completed it because there will be quite a number of them. But that is something that I've done. It has gotten me a great deal of positive feedback from a relatively small community, but people have liked what they've seen. I've written about how to buy an airplane, where to find a place to fly it, how to find an instructor, what to do when you have your plane ready to fly. Things that are of tremendous interest to me, but of also someone else who is into flying radio-controlled model airplanes. If you have a hobby or a passion, be it model trains to, as I had said before, baking cookies, putting something together for that is another way to drive exposure, to write articles, and to have a little bit of fun doing it. Now, as a sidelight, one of the things that just occurred to me is that this series that I am doing is multiple articles. And that's something else that is very interesting to take a look at and may be very profitable for you. And that is when you are putting together something that you're blogging about or posting about, and there's just a lot of information. Remember, these articles are supposed to be 500, 600, 700 words. Once you get beyond that, you're going to lose people. So if it's going to be very long, if it's going to be very involved, break it up. Make it into a series. Have a number of articles. Have a couple of videos. At the end, you say, okay, we've covered this much. Now the next section will deal with what it'll be deal with about, and then you'll have another hit as they come back to look for it. Another excellent area for creation of articles and videos is your primary business. Now, your primary business is something that you know a great deal about, and it's a good way to drive traffic directly to yourself and directly to the business. You know about the compensation structure, you know about how to get into it, you know about the people who are in it, you know about the network that is created by your primary business. Use these things to put together an article, a blog, or a video, and go forward from there. Another area that is very interesting is inspirational quotes. Now, the other day I posted something about an ancient philosopher who could have been the very first network marketer, and it was Socrates. And I'm going to read you the quote that he came up with so many thousands of years ago, but it fits what we're doing so well today that I thought it would be interesting to share with other folks. Socrates said, "The way to gain a good reputation is to endeavor to be what you desire to appear." And that fits so well with what our network marketing existence is all about that I wanted to share that. What you can do is if you come up with a saying such as that, or whether you've read something in one of your books that you are reading books to help your personal growth and your growth in your business, share that with people. Your articles, your posts, your blogs, videos that you do are all designed to drive traffic to you, to your site, to your opportunities. The things that you know about may go far beyond those things that are network marketing oriented towards your primary business, training, anything that you can think of that may be of interest to even just a few people. You can create an article about, you can create a post about. A lot of things lend themselves to videos, which are very, very powerful. So get out there, blog, write articles, cut videos, drive traffic to yourself. And hopefully, some of the ideas that I've put forth before will give you a little bit of inspiration, will tug at your memory that perhaps you could come up with something that would be very good to write that article about. And of course, if you see I've missed something, send me a note, comment back, add to what I've said. This is an opportunity for you too to get some of the information that you've gleaned over the years out to help folks. This is Bill Huebner. I want to thank you for being with me.